Okay, dear listeners and my lovely students, and this is online class from Radio Janakpur Santanabbe 97 MHz, and this is an English period. I am Chandan Sai, English teacher, and previously, it means yesterday we had discussed about voice. It means what is voice, kinds of voice, some basic rules, basic things that we have to very necessary for voice. And after this, it means yesterday we had discussed about, it means how active voice change into passive voice and passive of different tenses. And now I would like to start from, it means passive of model auxiliary verb. Topic is here passive of, passive means passive voice, passive of model auxiliaries. And model auxiliaries, it means there are 13 model auxiliary verb that are can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, dare, need to, etc. So model auxiliary verb, and I am going to write the active structure and passive structure of model auxiliary verb. So first of all, what are the model auxiliaries? It means model auxiliaries are, it means shall, should, will, would, can, could, then may, might, then may, might, then after must, need, dare, ought to, it is. It means these are model auxiliary. These are what? Model auxiliary. Used. The last one is used. And these 13s are first, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. These 13s are model auxiliary verb. And number A, active voice, AV. AV of the AV, it means subject plus model auxiliary plus V1 plus object. Then the passive of PV, passive of this, it means object plus model auxiliary, object plus same model auxiliary, it means model auxiliary, then B, after B, V3, then by plus subject. An example, listen students. Example is here, Hari, the same example. Hari can repair, Hari can then repair the roof. The passive of PV, it means here AV means active voice and PV means passive voice. Passive voice. So object is here the roof. The roof can be, then V3, repaired, can be repaired by Hari. Very easy. In this way we can change. It means when in a subject modal auxiliaries, then after modal auxiliaries V1. So the passive of, it means object, then modal auxiliary, then V, then V3, then by plus subject. In this way we can change active sentence into passive sentence, active voice into passive voice. Then dear students, we are going to second modal auxiliary verb. It means second active voice and passive voice. After modal, it means in the first modal auxiliary plus V1, and the next one is number B. Number B, it means active voice. Listen, subject plus modal, modal auxiliary plus have plus V3 plus object. Then how we can change into passive voice? The passive voice of this structure, object plus modal plus modal auxiliary, then have, after have, been plus V3 plus by plus subject. In this way we can change. It means the first number modal plus V1, and in number B modal auxiliary, then have, then V3. So how we can change? Example. Okay, example is here. Hari will have repaired the roof. Repaired the roof. Hari will have repaired the roof. The passive of this sentence is here PV. The roof. The roof will have been. The roof will have been repaired. Repaired by Hari. In this way we can change. It means when in a sentence modal auxiliary, after modal auxiliary have, then V3, the passive of this structure, object plus modal auxiliary, then have, then been, V3 by subject. In this way we can change. Example is also in our board. Then we are going to number third of modal auxiliary. What is the number third of modal auxiliary verb? The third is here. It means modal, number C, AV, active voice, subject plus listen, subject plus modal auxiliary, then have verb. It means have to. After modal auxiliary verb, have to. Have plus to, then V1. After have to, then V1, then object or data. Then how we can change this structure into passive voice? It means object. After object, model, then have to, then model auxiliary. Model AUX means auxiliary, and after model auxiliary verb, have to, after have to be, then V3 by, and last one subject. Yes, you know subject. For example, then our concept will be clear. And look example in our boards. Example is here. Hari will have to repair the roof. Hari will have to repair the roof or the roof. Then the passive of PV, passive of this sentence, object is here. The roof will, after will, have to, then be, after have to be, then V3. V3 is here what? It means V1 is repair. So V3 of repair is repaired, then by, then subject, and subject is here Hari. In this way we can change. So this is about modal auxiliary verb, and in modal auxiliary it means subject in the first model we had discussed, it means subject plus model plus V1. Then the second, it means subject plus model plus have V3. Then the third one, subject model have to plus V1. So how can we change active sentence or active voice into passive voice? We had got all the things. Then dear students, we are going to passive of have to, has to, or had to. Listen. Then we are going to passive of another topic of this voice. It means passive of, listen, has to, have to, or had to. The structure of these tense, listen. Subject, active voice, maybe subject plus has to, or have to, or had to, plus V1 plus object. And the passive of this structure is PV, object plus has to, or have to, or had to, then be verb. Be is used, be, then after be, V3, then by, and at the end it means subject. By plus subject. For example, I am going to write the example. The example is here. Hari has to repair the roof. Hari has to repair. After has to, have to, have to. V1 is used. So, Hari has to repair the roof, and the passive of this sentence, PV, passive voice, the roof has to be repaired by Hari. In this way, we can change when in a sentence subject plus has to, have to, had to plus V1. It means after has to, have to, had to in passive add be verb, it means BEB plus V3, then by that subject. So this is about, it means passive of has to, have to, had to. And dear students, then we are going to another, and that is about when in a sentence, it means be going to plus V1. Okay, another topic, passive of, it means be going to, passive of be going to. Be means, listen, be means be verb, and be verb means there are 5 be verb: is, am, are, was, were. After is, am, are, was, were, going, then to, then after to V1 is used. So the structure of active voice, okay, subject plus be verb, subject plus be verb, then going to plus V1 plus subject. The passive of be going to PV, it means object, after object be verb plus going to plus BEB, then V3 by subject. For example, Hari is going to repair the roof. Hari is going to repair the roof. The passive voice of this sentence, the roof. The roof is going to be, then going to be, after going to be V3, repaired by Hari. It means passive of be going to, and be means be verb, and there are 5 be verbs in English: is, am, are, was, were. So be verb here, be is here, is here, be verb, is plus going to, it means going to, after going to V1 is used. So this is about passive of be going to future. Then passive of another, it means passive of B2 plus V1. Passive of then 2 plus V1. Passive of V2 plus V1, and B means again B verb is MR was where. Okay. Active structure of AB. Subject plus B verb plus 2 plus V1 plus object. Then the passive of this sentence, it means object plus B verb, then 2, after 2 B, BEB, B plus V3 plus by plus subject. For example, Hari is to repair. Hari is to repair the roof. The answer is the roof, or the passive voice of this sentence. The roof is to be, 2 plus B. B verb is here, is to be repaired by Hari. In this way, we can change active sentence into passive sentence. And dear students, then we are going to passive of double object. It means some verbs like, okay, right now, some verbs like get, tell, get, then tell, ask, offer, get, tell, ask, offer, pay, show, teach. Pay, show, teach, etc. Generally take 2 objects. Generally take 2 objects, and we can take any one object in the beginning to make the passive. 2 objects, and we can take anyone object first also, or maybe object second also, any object in the beginning to make the passive. Any one object in the beginning to make the passive. To make the passive means passive voice. And this one is passive of double object. Passive of double object. So listen students, some verbs like get, tell, ask, offer, pay. So teach, and these verbs etc generally take two objects, and we can take any one objects in the beginning to make the passive sentence. Any one objects to make the passive sentence. And the structure of listen students, the structure of ABA structure, it means subject, after subject verb, then object first, after object first, object second, then PV first, passive first. PV first means, it means object first, it means this object first, then after object first, it means B verb, it means B verb, after object B verb, after B verb V3 plus object second, after it means object second, then by plus subject. It means when we take the first object, we can change in this way. Then PV second, passive voice, PV second. It means when in the beginning of sentence we take object second, the structure of passive voice, it means object second, after object second B verb, and B verb means is, MR, was, where, 5 B verb, then V3, then after V3 2 plus V1, object 2 plus object first, then by plus subject. So this is the structure, and I am going to write the example of this structure, passive of double object. For example here, example of this, it means, for example, he asked me a question, or he gave me a book yesterday. Okay, Ram gave me a book yesterday. Listen students, it means this one is object first, a book is object second, then the passive voice first, PV first. How we can change? First of all, it means object first is here me change into here I in subjective case. So I was, then this one is, it means simple past, so I was, then V3 given, it means B verb, after B verb V3, I was given a book, I was given a book yesterday, a book yesterday by Ram, and by plus Ram, it means by subject, Ram is here, it means subject. So this one is the passive first, when we take object first and to make passive, then passive second, it means PV second, it means object second is here a book was, it means subject second, then B verb was, then V3 is, it means given, the book was given, then to me, It means 2 plus object first. Object first is here me. To me, yesterday by Ram. In this way, we can change. It means passive of double objects. Okay, dear students, our technician friend is giving signal. Our time is over. Sometime later, I will come in front of you.